Mickey Talks.
Hello. Welcome to the big program. This is Mickey. This is episode 29, dude.
29er.
Matt, it's unbelievable. I'm so blown away. I mean,
think
here
we were
we
going to
are.
make 29 episodes?
Never thought I would. Brought to us by BarnesPaving.com. Amazing people at Barnes, 443-243-3710. That's BARNES paving.com. No job too big or too small, from patches on residential driveways to full site work and paving on commercial projects and parking lot. Chances are they service your area in Maryland and even parts of Pennsylvania. So go to barnespaving.com or give them a call at 443-243-3710. It's all you need to know about any paving needs is barnespaving.com. So, Matt, how's it going for you, buddy?
It's going great, man. We got a great guest coming up in a little bit. He's going to be here shortly. It's an old friend of mine named Alain Nu, who lives here in Maryland where we live.
Oh, wow.
But is currently living out in Vegas because he's a performer out there. He's got a theater.
Oh, that's
out
pretty
there.
cool, man.
Yeah. So I'm going to let Alain kind of describe himself as what he does. But to give you an idea, he's a mentalist.
Okay.
And he goes by the name The Man Who Knows. And he's going to have some cool demonstrations for us.
The Man Who Knows.
The Man Who Knows.
Interesting. By the way, I don't know if we're on Rumble today. I think I'm not sure how to check it, but I don't think we are. And it's no big deal. We'll get there eventually.
We'll be able to post it up there later anyway.
Yeah. We'll figure this all out. And hopefully people will tune in. But we had it working earlier. It's a complicated process.
Yeah.
But the show is moving along, Matt. Sponsors are coming out of the woodwork for us, hopefully. Things are looking really good. I got a big show tonight down at Lunacy. 5 comics, going to be awesome. Tommy Simbazo, Nick DiCarlo, Bam Jacobs. I forget all the guys. I got to go look real quick. But what an unbelievable show that's going to be tonight down there. So if you're in that area, man, do
weather's
yourself
going to be
a favor.
perfect. You guys in the outside area, inside, or?
I believe we're inside.
Yeah.
I believe we are inside. So, yeah, I'm excited, bro. I think this is going to be really cool. And I'm really excited about it. You know what I mean?
Should
Tonight.
be a great show.
Yeah.
You'll be there. Tommy is awesome.
Yep. I'm trying to find that phone number for Lunacy because you can call and make reservations if you want. Let me get that real quick, Matt. Hey, tell everybody a little bit about our guest today.
So Alain Nu is he had a special on the Learning Channel called The Mysterious World of Alain Nu.
Wow.
And did all kinds of interesting things that involve the power of the mind. He's also an author. He's written a couple books on the power of the mind.
So we got a legit guest today, dude.
Yeah.
This guy's the real deal.
He's the real deal. I'll let him tell you more about the show. But one of the stunts he did on his Learning Channel show, he blindfolded himself in a car with somebody and was able to drive the streets completely blindfolded just on memory is what he said. He'll probably describe it better than I will, but was able to drive the car from point A to point B, all the turns and curves and all that good stuff with a blindfold on.
That's crazy, man. That's really crazy.
It is. And if you've ever seen The Matrix, I'm sure you have.
Yep.
Where the spoon bends, we may see some silverware bend today at some point.
Really? He can bend silverware with his mind?
I'm hoping anyway he shows it to us. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Yeah. It's pretty incredible. He'll do it right in front of your face.
And it just bends.
It bends.
Now, let me ask you.
Yeah.
Is it a trick?
I have no idea how he does it.
Can we ask him like that stuff?
Sure.
Or is he going to get all...
No, you can ask him.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
He's running late today. Normally he'd be here now. But we're going to hopefully get him in soon and have a good time.
We also have hypnotist Flip Orley coming up on Friday as well.
Yeah.
So we'll get into the world of hypnosis.
And I want to thank John Allen, who came by yesterday from Stone Horses.
Yeah, such a great...
Unbelievable. I'm going to have him back on in case anyone was watching yesterday. There's so much more about John to unpack.
Yeah, we really didn't even dip into the SR-71 stuff,
right?
And
I mean, and then the Stone Horses stuff, and there's just so much. If you get a chance, go buy the Stone Horses album. You can find it anywhere. It's Stone Horses. It's a great album. I was listening to some of it today.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really good. If you like rock, it's a great freaking album, man.
Yeah, great. Just straight ahead rock and roll album.
That's all it is, man.
Yep.
But John, John's such a great songwriter and musician that I just root for him every day.
Of course.
You know what I mean? I want him to win and win good, man.
Absolutely.
Hey, I got to find which one is your microphone. Are you 2 or 3? Do you know? Say something.
On 2.
You're right. You're that one.
Yeah.
I got it now. All good. Anyway, yeah, I definitely want to get John back up. I definitely do. But since your guest is running a little late, let's get to business. Let's do Matt's Music Minute. We are looking for a sponsor for this. Today, brought to us by Stone Horses. Great rock and roll band from Baltimore. Look them up anywhere you can buy music and make sure you get the CD. It's a great listen. It's a local band, and they're doing big stuff all around the country. So support them. Go buy Stone Horses now anywhere.
Yeah, all on the digital platforms. You can go to stonehorsesmusic.com to find the band. Well, we've been talking a lot about Willie Nelson on the show lately. We might as well wish him a happy 92nd birthday today. Willie is a year older, still going strong. And a report this month basically suggested Willie's son Lucas was now his caretaker, but Willie's wife Annie just shot back and denied it. She shamed the reporter for making stuff up. So happy birthday, Willie Nelson. Yeah, we talked yesterday about how he put out his 150-something album, his 77th solo album.
It's crazy.
So he's still rocking even though he's in his 90s. But a social media post this month suggested Willie was getting so long in the teeth that his son Lucas Nelson is basically his caretaker now. Access TV posted it, but Willie's wife Annie just shot back the other day and told them to knock it off. She said,
enough of this crap.
Yeah. She accused them of, first of all, using the photo without permission and basically called them liars. Said, why would you take a photo from someone else's feed and then make stuff up? She said, they even got my age wrong. They said she's 63, but a quick Google search you'll find she's 68. So
68 years old?
Yeah.
How old's Willie?
He's 92. He's doing all right.
He's got a 26-year younger girlfriend. That's what I'm looking for. I need 26 years young, that'd be 30. That's about perfect. 30 years old. I want her to have a lot of money and patience and not be too expectatious. Is that a word?
You don't want the 92-year-old lady?
I'll take her if she's got Willie's money. Without a doubt.
Well, Jelly Roll is almost 200 pounds lighter, Mick.
Good for him, man.
Yeah. He's on a weight loss mission. He explained his whole thought process on Jimmy Kimmel Live recently. Jimmy asked him how much weight he'd lost already, and Jelly said he's, quote, approaching the 200-pound mark. He said, I would guess that I have lost an entire Jimmy Kimmel. And then he asked what his secret. He said he's been thinking about ways to make it sound cool, but he can't. He said he's just eating a lot of protein and vegetables and walking. And he revealed in 2015 that he was over 500 pounds. So
wow.
He's doing pretty good.
So imagine you lose 200 pounds and you're still over 300.
Unreal, right?
That's a big man.
Well, he says his goal is to do all the fun stuff in life, you have to be under 250. So he says he wants to skydive. He wants to ride a roller coaster. He says, I want to ride a bull. I want to wrestle an alligator. He said, I got a list of things that I want to do.
I mean, I want to lose weight, but I don't want to do any of that. That just burns energy. I want to lose a bunch of weight and nap. That's what I'm looking forward to doing.
Yeah, man.
Taking long naps.
I'm waiting for the magic pill so that I can just go back to my 20s and just eat whatever the heck I want.
No, I'm with you.
You know?
Hey, yeah, the last 2 days, what's today? Tuesday. Yesterday, I didn't mention. So Owen, who was up here, had his 16th birthday at the farm.
Yeah.
And what an amazing party that was. Owen goes to Harbor School, which is a school for, mostly special needs kids.
Right.
It's an amazing school. And a lot of his friends came. I met a lot of them from his school. And it was a really great time. A bunch of them rode a horse.
That's fun. So do you guys have horses there, or did you rent a horse
have them, but the farm does.
Oh, you went to a farm.
We went to a farm, yeah. It's called Hopeful Manor Farm.
Okay.
It's in Baldwin, Baltimore County. Lovely lady and husband, Ashley and Phil, own the farm. And Ashley is a horse lady. I mean, she does the shows. She has students. And she's known Owen for a long time, and her mother are good friends. Owen's mother and her are good. I'm friends with her too, but Owen's mom Shannon set it all up. It was awesome, and they went.
How did Owen like the horse?
He's ridden horses many times. His mom Shannon, the very good rider, rode time she was like 8 years old. She's been a horse girl.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I don't know if you know much about horse girls.
Don't know about it. Tell me about horse girls.
A little cuckoo. In a good way. But just a little left of centers, if you know what I mean.
Paint them all with that brush, huh?
Dude, they're an interesting bunch.
Yeah.
That when you spend that much time around because horses, man.
Horse girls.
Horses are very, very, like, you got to know what you're doing, man. And you got to know, like, a horse can show, like, the slightest little thing, and it could mean something horrible for the horse.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And it's and the people that are in that world are amazing. I mean, they can look at a horse and be like, oh, this is wrong with it.
Yeah. Last time I rode a horse, I mean, it's been probably a decade or two since I've ridden a horse. And last time I did, not that I didn't have respect for the animal itself, but I don't think I quite understood, how serious it is being up on a giant animal like that. Right?
They are the most powerful animals.
Yeah.
And if they're pissed, just get out of the way, dude.
Right.
I mean, you're talking sometimes 1,000, 1,200 pounds of absolute insane athleticism.
Yeah.
And they're not the brightest animals in the world to begin with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can spook a horse quick over some BS, and that horse will flip out. And it's wild to watch people that really know about it, how they handle the animal, as opposed to other people that don't know, and they just run or do something stupid.
Well, I remember, back when I was riding this horse, thinking before I got on, I was like, I'm going to run this thing, man. Yeah, right. I can't wait to get up there. And then when I got on it, I was like, well, I think we'll just trot for a little bit. I think
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was a kid, I used to ride good. I wasn't afraid of them. I could sprint, I mean, I could stay on top of a horse. It went away for a long time. And then I went with Shannon and Owen a while ago. They took me up to a farm, and for my birthday, let me ride a horse. And I hadn't done it in 45 years probably.
Yeah.
And maybe longer. And it was awesome. I mean, I really loved it, man.
Well, especially if you go to a place who has trained their horses well and they're used to people. Because I remember the horse I was on, I don't know what, it must have been like 12 o'clock. It was lunchtime. And no matter what I did, that horse knew it was time to eat. And it just kind of turned itself around.
Oh, yeah. When they
back to the barn.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
If a horse wants to eat, he's eating.
Sure.
Ain't nothing you can do about it.
He's like, sorry, buddy. Going to get some oats.
Yeah. Going to get oats is right.
Yeah.
Put something on my Facebook today. People are wondering about it. If you go to if you're on the Facebook page and you saw my front page, you saw a thing that said hammer jokes coming soon. I don't want to give too much away, but I'm excited about something.
Now, that, of course, is a tribute to the famous rock club here in Baltimore, Maryland called Hammerjacks.
Yeah, that's where I learned most. I mean, I started working there at like 18, 19, I guess.
Do you know the story behind the Hammerjacks name?
Well,
How it got the name?
Louis tells a couple different versions of it, but basically it was kind of like he had this idea of like a gold miner, and a hammerjack was actually, I think, a guy who like picked through the mines.
Okay.
The original logo had a guy like that.
Yeah.
And then I think over time it had morphed into what it was. But it's kind of a tribute, since Hammerjacks is never going to be built again like we thought it was.
Right.
I thought, why not just have some fun with it and, do something with that.
You mentioned what it is, right? You talked about what it is? Yeah.
I'm not, but I think people can figure it out.
All right. Hammer jokes.
Hammer jokes.
Coming soon.
That's all I can say right now. Next couple days, I'll have more details about it and stuff. But really excited about what's about to happen. And this show has made it all possible. And you being on it has made it incredible. And I want to remind everybody, if you'd like to see Matt and I live do our show tomorrow, we will be at the brand new Natalie's Seafood Kitchen in Falston. We will go on at 5 like normal. We'll be outside in their beautiful, massive tiki bar. If you haven't been to Natalie's yet, or it used to be Uncle's in Falston, The work they've done inside is incredible, and I'm so pumped for tomorrow.
And come there hungry because it's delicious food, right?
Off the hook.
Yeah.
Like insane. So good. Zach and Natalie, they're the owners, and Lou Petrucci. They've done an amazing job with this place. And my youngest son works there. I'll probably get fired soon as a bar back.
Why?
But because he's a jackass, but in a good way. Yeah, I'm really psyched for tomorrow. So I'm going to come down in the morning, pick up equipment, go up there, set up.
What's the weather supposed to be like tomorrow? Do you
know, that's a great question, and I'm going to look right now because it does matter, doesn't it?
Well, kind of, but not really, because isn't the tiki bar outside covered just in case?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean,
it won't matter.
Worst case scenario, we'll go inside.
Yeah, so for people listening in the Maryland area,
mm-hmm.
we would love to have you come and have dinner and just hang out and do the podcast. We may have some giveaways.
Yeah. By the way, Wednesday, tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's going to be horrible. It's going to be sunny and 80 degrees.
Oh, no.
How are we going to survive, Matt?
That's beautiful.
So everyone, please come out tomorrow to Natalie's Seafood Kitchen. Going to be an amazing time had by all. And it's our first public podcast, you know?
Yeah.
I don't even know who's going to be on it. People
Show
said
30.
They'll stop by, but, you know, I would like to have like 10 guests stop by for like 10, 15 minutes each.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, just, you know, how you like the place, what have you been up to?
Would it be fun to get somebody to rock a tune for the crowd? Would they be into that there, you think?
What's a musician?
Yeah.
I think there's music. Let me look to see if I can figure out like exactly what's happening there tomorrow. And see if it makes sense. I'm really excited about this because if it works, Matt, we might have a new home. We can do the podcast from there whenever we want. You know what I mean?
That would be fun for sure.
That would be like our whole place. Let's see if they got any entertainment coming. Doesn't really look like it, but I mean, it's hard to tell right now. They're so new. Here it is. Let's see what we got. What's tomorrow's date, buddy?
Tomorrow's the is it the 1st?
30th, right?
30th, yeah, 30th.
No, what's today?
Today's the 29th. Yeah, tomorrow's the 30th.
30th. Okay, so yep, tomorrow they don't have any. It looks like nobody until 6. So yeah, maybe we'll get somebody. Maybe I'll ask Dennis Shockett.
Have him come by, play our theme song.
Somebody on the spot though. That would be funny though if Dennis Shockett stopped by to sing the theme song.
Yeah,
live.
Right.
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be amazing.
I'm going to reach out to him and invite him if nothing else.
Yeah.
You know. So what else is happening, Matt? Anything going on with you?
Yeah, well, let me give you our final story here for Matt's Music Minute, and we'll get into it. Soundgarden is not revealing its Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction plans yet. They're, in the dark about their plans, just as in the dark as we are. The group has not played an official concert since Chris Cornell's death in 2017, though the surviving members have notably joined forces on a few rare occasions. And so we'll see what they actually do for their appearance when they're inducted. Vicky Cornell, Chris Cornell from Soundgarden's wife, was excited about it, and she put up a post on social media that said, "Thank you, Rock Hall, and huge thanks to all the fans who voted, whose constant love and support keep his legacy alive."
So that was the fan choice, right?
They were one of the fan choices.
But
yeah.
I mean, they're in.
They're in.
And
yes.
Billy Idol didn't get in.
Billy did not make it. No.
Fish didn't either, though, right?
Fish did not make it.
Okay.
No.
Who else is on the lineup this year?
For the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I'll get the list for you here.
Yeah, I mean, I know Soundgarden's on it.
Yes.
Did Salt and Pepper make it?
They're in. Yeah.
They got inducted.
Yep.
And Billy Idol didn't.
Yeah, they got in on a different kind of vote.
They got in on that. We know who they are, but they really shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame vote.
Well, they got the what was the I forget what the vote's called, but Bad Company is in.
They should be.
Tom Bell.
Who?
Chubby Checker.
Wait a minute. Who was the Bell?
Tom Bell.
All right. I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Chubby Checker. Okay.
Joe Cocker.
All right.
Carol Kay, as we mentioned yesterday. Yeah. Cyndi Lauper. Outcast. Salt and Pepper.
Outcast is in.
Yes.
Salt and Pepper's in.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, the White Stripes and Warren Zevon, all in the Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah, I'm going to start boycotting that soon, I think.
Yeah?
The Hall of Fame.
You think?
Yeah, it's losing its way.
Are you just now getting upset with them?
No, it's just I have been. I mean, the Kiss thing was always a problem for me, that they didn't have Kiss in there. But I mean, it's just like, it's become such a, like, it's a promotion now. You know what? It's a live concert.
Yeah.
And it's stupid. Billy Idol should be in.
It's much like an award show.
That's all it is, really.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. I used to think it mattered. I used to think it showed like progress in American music. And I just think now, like, it's weird.
It should be an honor, but it really should. They should be paying more attention to actual music fans and the fan vote, I think. Even though you hate that Fish got the most votes, they should be paying, that counts for one vote out of 1,200 votes, the fan vote. So, like, all of us voting counts as one. And then they got 1,200 other people who are voting for the people that go in.
Huh, that's interesting. I mean, I don't get it, but so I don't get some of them.
We should probably count as 50% of that vote. Don't you think? We should probably count for at least 50%.
Who, the fans?
Yeah.
They should be 90%.
Yeah, sure.
The hell do we care what some critic thinks?
Yeah.
When have critics ever been good at anything? I don't even, it's like people to talk about this show. I just laugh at them. I laugh at them. For real. I've been told in the chat room I'm perfect jockey height, which I am, which my grandfather wanted me to be, for real.
Yeah.
But then he passed away when I was young. There's a good chance I may have become a jockey if my grandfather had lived and stayed in the horse world.
Is that right?
Yeah. I mean,
what do you think your weight is now?
Oh, now?
Yeah. What do you have to weigh to be a jockey?
You got to be probably under 130.
That's
135,
rough, man.
I would imagine.
What's your walking around weight
now?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm 170,
170.
175.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a thick dude.
Right.
I mean,
So you need a powerful horse.
What's that? I
We'll
need
get you a very powerful horse.
But no, when I was little, man, if I would have stayed in shade, I was a tiny, skinny, scrawny kid my whole life.
Yeah.
My uncles used to call me Bob for bag of bones. Like, I was really skinny.
So was I.
Yeah. Really, like, pathetically skinny, but shredded. Like, it was weird.
So did you start your journey as a jockey?
No, I mean, I used to break horses for my grandfather.
Really?
Yeah. You know what that means?
I mean, I think I do. Tell me about it.
Throw like a feed bag on it to get it used to somebody.
Okay.
My grandfather would set me up there and say, hold on to the mane. And we did it in this huge manure pit, but the horse would go crazy, throw me off. And I was just throwing on.
You told me about the manure pit. Why the manure pit?
Because if I fell off, I was safe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wasn't there like a hay pit or something you could do?
Well, it's the same. It was just all the whatever, the straw, whatever that is.
I got you.
That you put in the stables that they poop in.
Yeah.
Then you clean that out, and the guy would come pick it up every once a month or whatever.
I see.
2 months. I don't even remember. But in there, we would run the horse around, and I would fly off. And if I flew into that, I just got dirty.
So your grandfather encouraged you to get up on these wild horses,
like it was nothing.
Wow!
Grab onto the mane, he say.
Right.
Hold on tight. And
no saddle, nothing. You just barebacked it.
Barebacked it, and then you'd get a saddle on it, and you tighten that, and then I could get on that. But you have to get the horse used to having something on its back and realize it's not going to die.
And how old were you at this time?
7.
7 years old. No fear about it or anything.
I was no, I didn't probably didn't. My grandfather told me to do it. He was awesome.
Yeah.
I loved hanging out with my grandfather.
So how did that work? You had to step up on the horse and
he
put
would
you on top.
Sit me up there.
Right.
He would just pick me
up. And he'd back away and this thing would buck like a crazy horse.
Soon as I made contact with that horse, it was out of the gate.
Yeah. So did you ever get thrown off? Like
all the time.
All the time.
Oh, I got thrown off in the fields too. Like when my mother caught him, like she didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
I would go up there every day and get on horses.
He's a guy that would make you ditch school and go see movies, right?
Well, my dad took me to see The Jerk when I was sick one time. Yeah. My grandfather, my first week in elementary school, took me to the track like 3 or 4 days.
Right.
Instead of school. I was like, it's kindergarten. You know your colors.
Wow. So even falling off those horses all those times, that never kind of deterred you from getting back on the horse, huh?
No, I never.
Good for you.
No, I mean, I loved it. And I knew falling off a horse was part of it. I did fall. My parents got me a horse. I forget the actual name of those horses. The ones that ride along with the horses at the track, the calm horses. I forget what they're called. But anyway, we would I got one of those. It was 17 and a half hands high, which is a big horse. Benny was the horse's name. It was the love of my life. I swear to God. I never loved anything more in my life than this horse. And then my grandfather sold it years later, or a couple years later. But that horse was huge, and I would absolutely, totally love that horse and would get on that fearless. Ride it as fast as I could.
I would have loved to have been on a horse when I was 7, but the
Yeah.
minute I would have saw you fly off the horse,
Yeah.
I would have been done with horses.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. It's is Alain here?
I think our guest is here. Yeah.
All right, you want to run
him?
down and get him, and I'll just talk to everybody?
Yeah.
All right, try to run.
All right.
Because I'm bad by myself. You know that. By the way, if anybody wants to call me right now, I could use a guest. 443-626-7111. That's 443-626-7111. Just curious in the chat room, is the video buffering really bad? I think I might have a connection problem that I got to fix. But anybody could comment that for me. Let me know. Or if anybody, like I said, wants to call, I could use a guest right now. One thing I want to tell everybody, quick reminder, I will be at Lunacy tonight, 8 p.m. Great lineup of show. The show's just so chock full of incredible comedians. Tommy Simbazo is on this show. I mean, it is like one of those shows where I'm like, this show's incredible. Let me tell you everybody that's on it if I have it here. Yep. Dom Selensky, Nick DiCarlo, Walt Ostrowski, Bam Jacobs, Tommy Simbazo, and myself. You can call Loonies right now. Give them a call, 443-505-8895. That's 443-505-8895. If you guys want to come out and check things out tonight, it'll be a great show. I'm sorry if the Facebook show is buffering and freezing up. I mean, we're still learning all this stuff, and it's still been, we keep adding equipment because we got more people watching the show now. We are now on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We're like everywhere. And it's really taken off. I'm really having a difficult time getting all this stuff set. And we got to keep buying equipment. It's incredible. I'm so happy. But if you would like to help us, please feel free to hit the Venmo in the comments. It would help. Every little dollar helps, from $5 to lady sent 100 the other day. And it was amazing for Matt and I. So if you want to help out, please do. We'll have the official show Venmo set up in a couple weeks, and everybody can do that and chime in. So when they walk back in here in a minute, it's going to be awkward because the guy's just going live on the air with Matt. Matt ran down to get our guest who was running late. He is a mentalist. His name is Alain Nu, and we are going to be going live with him, or he's going to come in any second here, and we'll be talking to him. Matt just walked in. He is walking in now. Matt will change the – how you doing, man? We're on the air. Good to see you. Have a seat. Matt's going to get us all set up, and here we go. Matt, you do the formal introduction.
Yeah. So Alain has been a good friend of mine for a number of years now. He lives in our area, right around the Maryland area. And well, he did. That's right. He's currently living in Las Vegas right now, and
Tough life.
Has been performing there.
What's that?
Living the dream.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So welcome to the show, Alain. Do you mind having a seat there and then move that way a little bit? See, you want to be centered with yourself. Move that mic to your right a little bit so we can see your handsome face. There we go.
So Alain, I told people just in terms of so they could kind of understand kind of what you do. I told them that you're the man that knows.
I'm the man who knows.
Man who knows. I'm sorry.
But if you Google the man that knows, it still comes to me.
Yeah. Oh, is that right? Okay.
But your official
I've
term.
tested that.
Your official term is the man who knows. And that, I think that's pretty awesome, man. So can you explain to the audience?
I'm always the man who knows eventually.
Exactly. We all are, I think. Can you explain to our listeners what exactly is a mentalist?
Well, that is my hobby. I've been interested in magic and mentalism since I was very, very young. Mentalism. So magic is the art of amazing people with impossible things. Mentalism is basically anything and everything that pertains to the powers of the mind, any type of presentation that has to do with that.
Okay, awesome. So you literally can do things just with the power of the mind.
Well, I think we all do.
Yeah,
It's true. I mean, it can go into things like, my background, which is like hypnosis. I mean, that can be an element of mentalism. Isn't that right, Alain?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
The power of suggestion.
So mentalism, so in the world that we'll call the mystery arts,
sure.
Mentalism is one of the aspects of the mystery arts. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. I just want to, so they can see you. That's all, and that's fine for the microphone.
Nice.
How old is mentalism? Like what does this date back to? Where does it come from? Do you know that stuff?
It goes way, way back, and essentially the idea is that a mind master or somebody who can do anything from memorize large portions of the phone book or whatever to all that. It goes way back, and in fact, I think it goes as far back as like the 15 or 1600s.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Alain is he's also an author. He has a book out, and he had a TV special on the Learning Channel as well, right? It was The Mysterious World of Alain Nu.
It was called the Learning Channel at the time, but nowadays it's simply referred to as TLC.
TLC,
yes.
Yeah. It used to be the Learning Channel.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And
But that
I'm
really
old school,
goes,
Alain, okay?
that goes
I'm an
to
old
show
guy.
you our age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when did you have that show, my friend?
It was in 2005. It was the very year that they changed from the Learning Channel to TLC.
Okay.
Awesome. And now I know some basics of what mentalists do. You don't claim to be a medium or anything like that, right? Like you don't talk to, or do you?
Well, we're all mediums. No, I'm just kidding.
But do you do that as well?
What was that joke about the small, medium, at large? But,
Right. Yeah, I got you.
I think that I find it really fascinating to be interested in things that normal people aren't interested in, and so the idea of talking to the dead or mediumship on any level is interesting to me, just because I know that it's part of the cultural
zeitgeist.
Zeitgeist.
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
Thank you very much.
No.
That's a perfect word for that.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm not that good that often, so I'm glad I got one in with you, Lon. How old were you when you started really getting into it and crafting your abilities?
Basically, I became interested in magic when I was about 7-8 years old.
Okay.
I became interested in mentalism when I was about 13.
Did you find mentalism impressed people more than, like, say, a really good sleight of hand card trick?
I think it's kind of about graduating to a certain level of mystery. I feel like, it's really, I think the magic is really cool, and I love watching magic to this day.
I am the biggest magic fan on planet Earth. Like, I find it to be one of, I guess it's definitely an art form, and I find it to be one of the most fascinating of the arts, because it not only requires you, meaning the artist, to create, it also, you have to have the audience with you.
Well, what's interesting? There's so many different genres of magic too.
Yes.
You got the big stage magic,
Right?
You've got close-up magic, and then you've got this magic of the mind that involves not just magic tricks, but like we said, things like hypnosis.
And then you have
suggestion.
Fortune telling, and you have sideshow work, and
It's an amazing world. There are people involved where we broadcast from, really into magic and build magic tricks on a big scale for people. And I'm a huge fan. Alain, you're preaching to a very warm audience here,
Nice.
my friend. Let me ask, is there anything you can do on the show that we could see? Kind of what you do?
Try something. There doesn't happen to be like a wine glass anywhere
glass.
on the studio. I was going to ask as
Let me
soon
go
as
look.
I came in, but
Let Let me see if there's one. Matt, why don't you check out here in the cantina?
Yeah, I'll have the
And
camera
then
on you.
I'm sorry
Yeah,
to
that's fine.
suddenly make these odd requests.
No, don't
but,
worry about it. You're not going to be on camera for just a minute. But I do want to ask you, who is your favorite magicians and mentalists to watch? Can you watch anymore? Are you still a big fan?
I am a huge fan. I love mentalism. I love magic.
Who are the guys that really get you going that you could watch?
Well, I as a mentalist, I think that Darren Brown is. This is actually perfect.
That works?
Look at that. That's nice.
All right, yeah.
Right?
Camera's right there, so show everybody the camera. They can see it perfectly. You were saying his name was Darren. I'm sorry.
Darren Brown.
Oh yeah, love Darren. Just read his book.
A mentalist?
Yeah,
I was asking him who his favorites are.
He's a superstar overseas.
Okay.
In the UK.
Is he American?
No, he's English, British.
Yeah.
And has had a huge hit TV show over there. He came over here to New York, but I don't think he went over as well here. Unfortunately, a lot of people just didn't know who he was yet. I think
He'll be back. He's coming. He's coming.
Good. Well, I gotta be there this time.
And Lon, if you could pick, and I realize you may not be able to do it on the show, what would you say is your most impressive feat that you do?
Well, so mentalists are known for lots of things. I'd say that the one thing that people know me most for is mind over matter demonstrations. So things that have to do with telekinetic and mind over matter and metal bending, all of that stuff.
You can bend metal.
That is the claim.
Are you able to do that today?
I can.
Would you do that for us?
Well, I do that for you. Well, here, I'll tell you what. The first thing I'll do is, first of all, show you this bottle that Matt brought in.
Show it on my camera, Matt. I promise everyone, this is a real glass bottle. There's nothing nefarious happening.
Now, can you see the bottle? Is there any way for me to lay it on its side in such a way for the camera to see?
I could maybe move that camera down on you a little bit.
Put it on top of something here. Let me get you a box, okay?
I got it, I think.
Yeah, this is actually good.
Yeah, let me move some of this stuff so nothing's blocking you.
Yeah,
okay.
Let's move this over here. Okay.
Yep, do what you have to do.
So for people that are just listening to the audio-only version of this, Alain has a glass bottle on the table. He's standing above it right now.
Laying it on its side. And the idea is to try to just kind of create an energy. And the way I'm going to do this is first we're going to energize the bottle by just bringing my hands on the outsides of it. And if everything goes right, well, first I'm going to give it a little nudge. You see that what happens is the bottle kind of rocks back and forth. And the idea is to try to, keep that energy going so that ultimately, instead of losing its energy, it kind of maintains its energy.
So you're moving that right now.
I was the original source of it being able to move around.
But you actually touched it the first time.
Right.
And now you're doing this. That's crazy. I mean, I know enough about science to know that something would balance, right?
I mean, you want to give it a try yourself? Can you come over to this side?
Heck yeah, I can. Watch me fail miserably.
Let's see how your powers, your energy powers
So
are.
first, just put your hands between my hands and the glass and tell me, can you feel that energy?
I mean, I don't really know.
It's kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here, you take your hands with. Let's see, we can keep. I don't know whether it's possible to just kind of keep it rocking, but kind of weird, Mickey, right?
That's incredible.
The fact that it's still moving just after that little bump that he made earlier, right?
I mean, like when you get up really close, you realize that thing's just moving. That's amazing to me.
And
that's just incredible. I don't know what else to say.
And what do you attribute that to?
I'll be here all week.
Is that just now? Is that what in your world would that be kinetic energy?
This is basically what the Chinese would call qigong, or the art, or creating the most amount of energy with a minimal amount of effort.
I mean, it's absolutely fascinating to me. It truly is, Alain. That's amazing, man. What a cool trick, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really wild.
That's what I love. Cool tricks.
Heck yeah, man. Now, when I've seen other mentalists perform, and a lot of number things, and a lot of, that they'll tell you to think of something and then they read your mind, kind of thing.
Okay.
Do you do that kind of stuff as well?
Yeah, that's it's part of our wheelhouse, right?
I guess so, man. I'm following along. And what can you do now? Like, tell me something that you could show me.
Let's see. I happen to have here, because did you bring any spoons by chance? Because if you did, then
I don't have a spoon.
I mean, I might actually have a spoon in my backpack.
You fat bastard. If you carry a spoon around,
I'm a fat guy.
That's an official fat guy.
Dang it.
If you have silverware in your backpack,
yeah.
And
Dude,
it's
I think you're right, man. I think that's a sign of why I can't lose weight. There's a spoon in my backpack.
He's got one.
I know he does, but it's more fun to give him a spoon that
we have
out of our backpack,
so that nobody thinks it's a trick spoon.
Right.
I get it.
Up to you, Alain, though. What do you think?
Well, you can run out and get one if you want. You're welcome to.
Matt showed us. This is a real spoon.
Yeah. Check out this one too. You can check out this.
Yeah, these are real spoons.
No trick spoons.
I can't bend them like this. I'm trying to bend them and I can't.
Yep.
These are these all three. I promise everyone, all three of these are totally legit metal spoons.
Real metal spoons.
There you are, Alain.
Solid stainless steel spoons, and I'll take these spoons, and we're going to kind of create like a little.
This camera right there.
This camera over here.
Yep.
We're going to create like a little target. This is going to be like our little crosshairs, if you will. And ultimately, here, hold on to take this spoon and just kind of bring a little bit of energy. Like hold it with both your hands. Get as much energy on that spoon as you possibly can. And what we'll do is just set this up here. I'm going to take this spoon out from your hands over here, and I'm just going to push that energy right here into this little target over here. Just like this.
Right.
Watch.
Down a little bit, Alain. Yep,
Okay,
right there, buddy. Yep. Oh, my God.
You'll start to see these spoons buckling over.
What the hell just happened?
Without any effort whatsoever. In fact,
dude, I tried to bend them.
They're still bending virtually in half, each and every one of them.
So what do you think?
Dude, I just did that right in front of me.
Just happened right in front of your face.
I
right?
grabbed the spoons. I tried to bend them, and I couldn't.
We'll look at them now. Hold them.
Grab them. Be convinced.
Oh, I want people to see that I'm not grabbing.
It's very, very difficult to unbend, even if you're to try, right? And yet, here's the thing.
Are you on me, Matt? The camera on me?
Yeah, it's on you.
I can't bend them back. I could if I really went crazy, but
Alain, what are the things that people always say to you when you do that in front of them? Do they give you like their wacky ideas on how you do that?
They oftentimes say it's got to be magnets.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the stranger things to say, just simply because there's nothing really magnetic about it. But there is definitely some kind of energy that's being created, right? So let me take this one over here. I'm going to unbend this just to show you can physically unbend it using muscle. Right?
Sure.
Let's try something that'd be humanly impossible.
I'm telling everybody right now, honestly, I tried to bend it, and I could have, but I would have had to really crank.
Right.
So here, let's try this. I'll take this spoon over here and just kind of create, again, the most amount of energy with a minimal amount of effort. And this time, if we can just pull it this way.
So the top of the spoon is turning.
Oh my God, it's twisting. Oh my God.
Now you see the spoon is actually twisted.
Let me have that
180 degrees around.
Yeah.
No, Matt, go to his camera.
Go to his camera?
Yeah.
All right.
I want people to see how that thing really twisted at the hinge. That's just insane to me, Alain.
But I mean, take it and try to untwist it yourself, just because,
all right, come back to me.
Since it got twisted, we might as
Dude,
well
this
just
is
try
like
to untwist it.
That I can't do. You would need vice grips to do this.
I've heard people say stuff like you've got like some kind of acid or something, and I was like, how could he possibly have acid on his fingers? Right? Yeah.
It's a light touch, okay, just like this. Watch.
So he's like lightly rubbing it right now, and it's
oh my God.
It's like just folding, and it's like melting on his hand.
I don't know. Did I keep it in?
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing, dude.
And look at this. Now it can transform into a little objet d'art, right?
Oh my!
Look how mangled that is from its original form, too.
Holy shit! That's incredible, Alain. Am I saying your name right? Alain?
Yes, you are absolutely
okay. Thank you.
Saying it correctly.
All right.
No, thank you,
Alain. That's an amazing.
Now you did try to
to twist it.
Yeah,
untwist it. I couldn't do that.
It's difficult to do, right?
Yeah, and luckily my listeners know I'm not going to BS anybody if it's not real.
Here, let's just do this one last time here.
Oh my God.
There's like a V bent in the handle of the spoon. At
Pick
this
that
point.
up, Alain, just like that, and hold it in front of that camera.
Yeah, that is. It's like a W now. The handle of this thing is like a W.
And he just did it in his fingers.
I know,
like it was
it's crazy.
nothing.
It's crazy.
That is the wildest thing. And how can people come see you perform? Where do you perform?
Well, right now we're waiting on a venue, but I am actually working on a very special show that I'll tell you more about in just a little bit.
I may have a venue for you, Alain, and we will talk about that, my friend. It is you're about to see something after this show that I think will blow your mind. But
and, Alain has performed at some huge events around the country, so he's. I'm assuming you're still available for hire and travel. Right?
Yes.
Is there a website people can find you on?
If you go to themanwhoknows.tv.
Themanwhoknows.tv.
Yes.
In fact, I will put that in our comments right now, Matt.
This will make my manager very happy.
What's that?
I said it'll make my manager very happy.
Yeah. .tv, right?
Yes.
That what an amazing talent. I mean, like I said, I have been a very, very huge fan of Magic for a long time. I'm a huge card fan guy.
Okay.
I love doing card tricks.
Are you inspired by any particular card?
Well, I was going to say, Alain, you've got something that I know will fry his brain. I don't know if you're up for doing it today.
I have a favorite card? Is that what you're asking?
Kind of famous for this too, aren't you?
Yeah, kind of. I guess
you're going to do it you're going to do a trick on the show.
Well, it's on one hand, it's a card trick, right? But on the other hand, it's kind of an act of manifestation. So the idea is that we try to make something manifest, but using a deck of cards. Okay. In fact, here before that, let me grab this here. I'll take these spoons and I'm just gonna lay them out over. I don't know if I can lay them out so I can just display them.
I want to make sure everybody.
Yeah, can we get more of the table? There we go.
There we go.
That's perfect.
That's perfect right there. Yep.
Perfecto.
Okay.
All right. So, I've got here a pack of cards. I'm going to give them a little mix just to start things off. That way we know that, they're in no particular order as we go along. But give them one more little shuffle over here. A deck of cards is a lot like a calendar when you think about it, right? There's 4 suits to a deck of cards, just like there's 4 seasons to a year.
Sure.
Right? There's 52 cards in a deck, just like there's 52 weeks in a year. And if you were to take all the cards and add them, so if aces equal 1, and then add +2, +3, going through the numbers, jacks equal 11, queens 12, kings 13, and then you multiply by the 4 suits. I know it's getting a little complicated, but
not at all. I'm right with you, buddy.
Okay, good. Well, you end up with 364, just one day shy of 365 days in a year. That's why there's 2 jokers, one to represent the 365th day, and the second one to represent the extra day in February when leap year comes around. So it's a very, very interesting instrument. Okay, so every time you shuffle the cards, every time you cut them, every time you mix them up, they're always in a completely different random order, symbolizing the randomness of the universe. So look, now that we've shuffled these cards a little, I'm going to ask you, Mickey, to imagine for yourself. And first of all, we didn't prearrange anything.
You walked in the show live. I never talked to you before.
There you go, right?
You were on the show live.
First, you've met him for the first time ever. I ran him in here.
Yeah, you ran him in. He walked in. Everybody saw it live. I've never talked to you before.
I mean, I should have predicted that I would run into traffic.
That's all right. No worries, buddy. We're glad you're here.
That would have been good, man.
So to answer your question, no, Alain, we have had no prior conversations about anything.
But given that, if you could just choose one card, out of a pack of 52. In other words, imagine me having you just choose one card, but in your mind, you have a card in mind, right? Okay. No way I could have influenced that card.
No.
Right? It's not the Ace of Spades, is it?
No, sir.
51 more to go. No, go ahead. Just to first of all, are you familiar with the term abracadabra?
I am.
Okay. It actually has a meaning. Are you familiar with the language?
I'm not familiar with the language.
Okay, so the language is ancient Aramaic, which I believe is the language that they originally spoke in the days of like writing the Bible. And
Absolutely.
Right.
It was Jesus's language. In
Yep.
fact,
Right.
Jesus spoke Aramaic.
Yep.
So in Aramaic, abracadabra means I create as I speak.
Wow.
Kind of
I like
interesting,
that.
right?
Yeah, very.
And because it's interesting because it invokes this idea that, can we actually speak something into existence? Is it possible that part of the magic that we can discover within ourselves throughout our lives has something to do with the language that we use and how we actually say out loud the things that we need?
Yeah.
And so given that, let's try to abracadabra our way into this idea.
I love it.
We just shuffled the cards. You're thinking of a card.
I have my card.
Okay, so go ahead and tell everybody right now. Tell the whole audience.
Say it out loud.
Yeah.
7 of diamonds.
Seven of diamonds.
There's no way I could have influenced that card.
Zero chance you knew anything I was going to say.
Now, we've shuffled the cards as well. Now, if you could choose, we'll say a number. Okay, now there's 52 cards, but let's not go that high. How about give me a 2-digit number between 10 and 20. What number would you call out?
17.
17. Now, there's no way that I'd be able to influence the number.
Any of that.
Yeah, right? And so, I mean, if you could just deal 17 cards off the top of the deck and find the 7 of diamonds, that would be amazing, right? You
Yes.
take all the cards.
Why don't you do that close to? Hang on to that.
I'm gonna
Alon,
do it
so
right here.
everybody can see the card. Okay, we can
So I'm
see
going
your
to do
hands
it right
now.
here. Am I dealing them
Perfect.
face up?
Okay,
Perfect.
good.
Face up?
Actually, I tell you what, deal the first one face up. Okay, and
2
now
of clubs.
so that's one,
One.
right? And we'll keep it going.
Up.
Yeah, facing up.
2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop right there. Now I see it's 9 of diamonds, but I don't see a 7 of diamonds. That was the card that you thought of, right?
Correct.
10 cards have been dealt. You came up with 17. So we've got seven more cards
Correct.
to go. Go ahead, deal. We'll deal 6 just for suspense.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4,
A
5,
little bit closer to Alon.
6.
And look at this. There's even an 8 of diamonds in there, okay?
Yeah.
So 16 cards have been dealt. If that next card was a 7 of diamonds, that would be astonishing, right? That
I would quit the show and never do it again.
Literally be, 1 out of 52 cards. How would we actually get that?
Right. That's insane.
Let's see if the act of manifestation will say abracadabra, 7 of diamonds. Turn it over.
Oh my God.
You see that?
That's the greatest trick I've ever seen in my life, my friend. I'm not kidding you. I have seen that. I don't know what to say.
I know it's mind blowing.
I
I've seen
want
him do it
everyone
before.
watching this to know right now. I feel like I have to either pleasure myself or go to the bathroom. Like, I don't know what the hell just happened. You shuffled those cards.
Yeah, let's recap. He shuffled the cards.
I want to talk right to the camera for a second for
go ahead,
sincerity.
go ahead.
Matt and I were doing a show. I have never spoken to Alain Nu in my life. Matt told me point blank, hey, I got a guy coming in. He's an incredible mentalist. He's going to do the show. I was so psyched. That was the end of it. Matt told me 20 minutes before the show, hey, Alon's running late. He's not going to be here when we start.
So unprofessional.
That's okay, buddy. Well, I want everyone to know the truth. So we started the show. You text me and no, you showed me. He texted you.
Yep.
That said, I'm out front. So while you're doing the show with me, you got up and left.
I ran downstairs, grabbed him, left you alone in the studio.
I never went off the air.
Right.
Never spoke to Alain in my life until everybody saw it on the show. I never said the word 7 of diamonds out loud. 17.
Yeah. So hold on, let's back. So
in.
what he did, he came in. You saw him shuffle the cards up, right?
We
so
all saw it.
They were completely mixed up.
Yes.
He put them back inside the box and sealed the box up.
And then told me to pick a number.
And then told you to pick a number in your head.
Yep.
You didn't touch the card. You picked them in your head. The card in your head.
And then he
said, pick a number, a random number. You picked a random number.
Between 10 and 20.
Right. And then when you picked up the deck and dealt down to the number 17 that you picked, it was your card.
And that was my card.
Right.
That shouldn't even be legal. I mean, now, and forgive me if this is a bad
He's going to be
question.
up all night, Alain. He's going to be up all night.
Forgive me, because I think you realize I do respect and have great admiration for what you do. But I want to just ask you, is it a trick or is it, what am I trying to ask, Matt? I don't want to offend, but at the same time, this is what everyone wonders. Can anyone learn to do this? I'll ask it a different way.
Yeah. Well, I try to. I give workshops. I teach what I do, and I.
You wrote a book. You wrote multiple books, actually.
I did write two books.
But what are your books called?
The books that you can get on Amazon are. One of them is called State of Mind by Alain Nu. That's how you pronounce my name, like standing on Alain.
Right, Alain Nu. Yeah.
And yeah, if you look up State of Mind, that's actually my 325 page book. But,
wow. I couldn't write a 325 word book. I couldn't write a book with 325 words. Alain, I'm not kidding you. I'm just, my mind's blown because I know how magic works. You know what I mean? Card tricks. I know about sleight of hand.
You didn't seem to do any sleight of hand. You didn't manipulate the cards.
Didn't do anything.
You
he
did
shuffled,
it all.
put them in the box.
It was in your hands.
Then he handed them to me and told me to count to the number I picked to find the card I picked.
Right.
And then he bent spoons that I couldn't bend. Like,
right.
Who the hell did
Mix going to be up all night.
Thick spoons.
There are
right?
real spoons. Heavy duty.
Here, check this out.
Oh, we got more. This is incredible.
For the
Can
audio
you see this, Matt?
Yeah. For audio listeners, he's the bowl of the spoon is like twisting in his hand right now.
He's either like part Hulk with his hands and can do it with his fingers, or this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Look at that.
Like, yeah, but how would you accomplish that with two fingers, though, Mick?
You
right?
can't.
I mean, right.
That's just the most.
So the handle of the spoon is now completely twisted.
Did you try to untwist it? I mean, it's only twisted a quarter, right? It's only twisted.
Can you do it?
No way.
No?
I mean, I would need pliers. I mean, there's no way my hands. No. I sincerely can't.
So how would he bend that? How would he bend
with his mind? I mean, I just have to give into it.
You have to use your mind at some point.
Yeah, you do have to use your mind at some point. Alain, were you a good student?
I was an awful student.
Were you really?
Yeah, I was a terrible student. Well, my problem was just making it to class.
And sit back down, Alain. Oh, you're going to do more.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. That's the part that's just crazy to me.
It's folded like in half.
Butter.
It looked like by itself. Yeah, like melted.
He rubs it and you watch it bend itself. Look at that.
God. It's bent like a Z, essentially now.
Alain, my phone's going crazy. People watching this, blown away. Do you have any shows coming up that people could go see you?
Well, I have a show that's actually taking place. If you're from Las Vegas, it's at Mandalay Bay, and
never heard of it.
And,
Vegas or Mandalay Bay.
You know something?
Wow.
It's actually at this point. I think we're at the point where it's completely sold out. But
good for you, man.
We're doing that, and we're then going to try to find maybe a connection at the Venetian or Mandalay or any other of the other casinos that might be interested.
Do you mainly work just in Vegas? Do you do any local shows?
Well, local meaning Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
I I've performed in the Baltimore, Washington, Virginia area for many, many years. And so I have so many connections here in this area that that anytime you want me,
just Alain, we're going to find something for you, my
give me
friend.
a call and we'll figure it out.
It's
Alain,
absolutely amazing.
I don't want to put you on the spot. Is there anything that you're able to do where you would pluck a thought, say, from one of our minds or Mickey's mind right now? Am I putting you on the spot?
Let's see. How about if we just do? How about if we try this? Okay, I'll try something that's in the form of. We'll do that in the middle of trying to create a.
Now, there's all kinds of, like we said, the scope of mentalism. It involves all kinds of stuff, down to even like body language and people's eye movements, and there's all kinds of. There's not like one path of mentalism. It's just this combination of all these abilities and
you have to be
disciplines.
Wow.
Yeah.
It really is fascinating to see someone, a master.
Right.
When you see a master working it, it's a whole nother level.
For sure.
Like, guys at a party will be like, hey, I'm going to guess your birthday. And they do some bunch of questions and they figure it out. But this is a whole nother level.
Totally different. Totally different.
Here, I'll try to explain it in this way. Okay.
All right, we're talking to Alain Nu, who is one of the greatest mentalist magicians I've ever been in front of in my life.
Man Who Knows.
What an honor. The Man Who Knows.tv. Please
Yes.
check out his website. Go ahead, Alain.
So a lot of magic and a lot of just the way we use our brains involve numbers. And so there's many different ways of being able to look at numbers. So I'll just show you the number 9 first. Number 9 is an interesting number because it's the highest of the single digit numbers. And in fact, you'll see that it starts with a circle, which in the world of mysticism represents completion, right? You circle all the way around you.
The circle of life.
Right. But then see, there's a tail that comes off of it. And so the idea is maybe there's some kind of beyond the completion. Now, when you think about it, a circle is 360 degrees. But if you add 3 plus 6 plus 0, you end up with 9. Break it in half, 180. Add plus 1 plus 8 plus 0 equals 9. Break it in half. 9 plus 0 equals 9. 4 plus 5 equals 9. Add infinitum into the decimal points. You end up with 9 by just breaking it down to a single digit number. And that might be, a mathematical thing that you might have learned in high school or whatever. But there are other numbers that are very, very interesting. So, for instance, let's take this one. Okay. 108 is a weird number because, it's not like, a 20 or 50 or 100. It's 108, odd number. But in the world of the martial arts, many of you might already know this, that there's 108 movements in Tai Chi. There's 108 movements in all of the animal forms of Kung Fu. And in fact, there's 108 beads that go around these rosary necklaces that Buddhists and Hindus wear. And they represent 108 prayers that you have to say repeatedly until you get to 108 in order to presumably cause those prayers to manifest. So interestingly, it was only 108 years ago, and I'm just estimating here, but I'm going to say around the time that scientists learned how to measure the distance between the planets and the moon and stuff like that, they realized that it takes 108 diameters of the moon to reach the Earth from the moon's orbit from the Earth.
So the moon, are you saying this right? The moon is 108 moons away from Earth is what you mean, right?
Exactly.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. And you can Google that. You can Wikipedia that.
Not going to. You're smart enough for me to believe.
Yeah.
Now, it takes, in fact, 108 diameters of the sun to reach the Earth from the Earth's orbit from the sun.
Wow, that's crazy.
So so the moon is 108 moons away from the Earth, and the Earth is 108 suns
away from the sun. Yeah.
Yes. And
wow,
if you took the Earth, 108 diameters of the Earth will actually stretch across the entire diameter of the sun.
Okay, so
yeah,
Why
So-
do you think? Why do we think all that works?
Why did that happen is
Right.
my question.
Right.
Right.
I'm going to
Right.
play this in the lottery tonight. You know that a
Yeah,
lot.
108,
There you go.
everybody. That number's going to sell out. Yeah. Play your 108 tonight.
So like this sun, moon, and earth triangulation has long been known, at least for a number of years so far, and yet it's interesting to realize that that on top of that, all of this other stuff actually happens. So let's see if we can do this with your own number. Okay. Now you don't happen to have your cell phone with a calculator in it, do you?
I do.
Okay,
Do you need
yeah,
it?
Yeah. Actually,
Okay.
no. You open it up yourself.
All right. I'm going to my
And
calculator.
Matt, if you want, you can open up yours.
Okay, I'm going to do that too. Yeah.
All right.
And in fact, we'll invite the whole listening audience and viewing audience to do the same thing. Just open up your calculators, and
I have my
and then
calculator open.
the first thing you're going to do is enter
Yeah,
a
mine too.
3-digit number. Okay.
Any number we want.
Yeah,
Any
let's
number?
make the 3 digits different from one another. And
So we don't have to tell each other, right?
right.
Okay. I'll
Don't-
put mine in.
I'll put mine in. I know what mine
yeah,
is.
everybody's got theirs at home as well.
all right.
3-digit number. Okay. But none of the digits repeat.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
none of them repeat. All
Yeah,
right.
preferably.
We'll do.
We don't need wise
okay,
guys
got
typing in 666 and whatnot.
Right.
Okay.
I got mine.
So now what you're going to do is take your 3-digit number, and we're going to play a little game of the yin and yang. So as
Okay.
you can plainly see, I am Asian. My father is Vietnamese. My mother is Chinese. And
Doesn't
and,
even need a calculator.
and so,
Right. Don't need a calculator.
in fact, yeah, I just need you to use your calculator.
Got
Okay.
it.
Okay.
All right.
So this is the game of yin and yang. Okay. I was raised that way. So all about kind of like reversing the polarities and
The balance of
understanding.
life.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
So yin would represent the minus sign, the subtraction sign. So go ahead and hit minus,
Okay.
Okay.
and then at that point you're going to reverse you're going to create the yin and yang opposite of the number you typed in. So you're going to subtract whatever 3-digit number you typed in, but backwards.
Okay. All right. So type it in backwards.
Everyone following along at home?
Yeah.
Excellent. And so now at this point you hit equals, and some people end up with 3-digit numbers. Some people end up with 2-digit numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a 3-digit number.
I have a 2-digit number.
Okay, so you've got a 2-digit number. And those of you at home, I'll tell you what, let's focus on you guys first, okay? Anybody thinking of a 2-digit number, even at home, okay? Concentrate on one of your 2 digits, okay? Since you're all thinking of different.
So Mick, you have a 2-digit number?
I do.
Okay. So you got to concentrate on one of your
One of
digits.
those numbers.
Okay,
Okay.
concentrate on it, get it clearly in your minds. And this is that thought plucking process we'll try. The number that comes to my mind is the number 9.
Is it a 9?
What the?
What? No. Are you
Should I show
serious?
the
Okay,
the
okay,
digit
okay,
number?
okay.
Hold on.
So here,
That's-
let me focus on your number over here. Okay, Matt.
Yeah.
As you concentrate on your number,
Okay.
you're gonna hit add. So this is the yin and yang opposite.
Okay.
So you're gonna hit add this time.
I'm going to hit the plus button right
yeah,
now.
the plus button.
Okay. Hit the
And
plus
then you're gonna add the 3-digit reverse order of,
of what I have.
what you have.
Okay. I'll do that
Okay.
right now. All right.
And if everything works perfectly,
Yeah.
the number on your calculator right now,
I should hit equals.
yeah,
Okay. I'm going to hit equals. Yeah.
will
What's your
match
number?
perfectly
I think I messed up.
to the number 1089.
No, I messed up. I think I messed it up.
Did you really?
Yeah.
He's too busy trying to control the
Yeah.
situation.
I'm pressing buttons over here too. Did you? Can you do it with him?
I'll do it again. All right. So have me add. All right. You want me to start over?
Yeah, just start
All
with
right. Look, everyone, my phone is clear. Matt, put it on me.
the people
Yeah,
at home
there's
are
no
already
number yet.
wondering
Yeah.
how that happened.
Okay. So I enter a 3-digit number.
Mm-hmm.
Any 3-digit number I want.
Yeah. And then
Right?
and then you're going to hit subtract.
Yep.
And subtract the opposite of the way you typed it in to
Okay.
begin.
I have that. Hit equals now.
And now you end up with a
3-digit
3-digit number, right?
Right.
This time you're going to hit add,
So plus.
and then the 3 digits opposite of what you see on your screen.
Okay.
Hit equals.
Oh my God.
Is that what it is?
Ta-da! You see that? When you believe in yourself,
Matt, did you have my phone on there too? Did you get that?
Yeah. Your phone's on there.
That's ridiculous.
When you can cast off those meaningful intentions in life, sometimes the most amazing things just manifest.
It's really the most. I mean, I wow. Can you read minds?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't.
No, we are mind readers. We're mind readers constantly.
Can you read my mind?
You know what I can? Yeah, I. You want me to do one more thing with metal bending?
Oh, I do. Awesome. You read my mind. You read my mind.
Here, let's see.
Look at those spoons, man. The
I
spoons
can't
are
get
all on
over
camera
it, man.
right
And
now.
I've left the camera wide on purpose, so that people don't think anything's being switched around, or it's crazy.
You're not a very good dinner guest, are you, man? Do people invite you back?
Okay. Now we're gonna break out the forks.
Got it.
Here, actually take a couple.
Examine
it. Make sure that it's ordinary.
Yeah.
Okay. And,
Look like real forks.
100%, dude. And I'm making sure everybody knows it all the way down.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a brand on there.
No bends or anything in there.
Nothing. No bends. No twists.
Here.
Never been used, basically.
Let's focus on this one first. Okay?
All right.
In fact, Mick, what I'm going to do is wait. Do we have a Sharpie there?
You have one right there.
Mick, really examine those things. Are there any bends or anything in
swear
those
to you,
things?
Matt, like bring up my camera.
Yeah.
Dude, these are perfect forks. They're brand new.
They're not like
they're
weakened
branded.
anywhere.
You can barely
or,
see on the back, but there is a brand marking on there. I mean, it's a real spoon.
Okay.
For real, dude. I mean,
I believe you.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to check it thoroughly.
Just to show you how. So this is supposed to be an M.
An M?
For Mick.
Yeah,
For Mick.
I got it. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see this up close?
Yeah,
Can we zoom in at all?
Yep.
Or
Whatever you want to do.
Available to zoom in? Yeah, that's good.
You want to zoom in on the top of the fork, Alain?
That's perfect.
Okay, great.
Good there?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So the idea is to kind of, again, create the most amount of energy with a minimal amount of effort. So we're just going to focus on this one spoke at a time. Get it? Okay,
yes. Got it.
Watch, if I just focus right here and just rub on this one time. There we go. There we go.
He's just rubbing his finger gently on it, it looks like.
It looks like he's barely touching
And
it.
the thing is bending across the other tines.
Oh my God!
How strong were those tines when you touched it, Mick? Were they like?
I mean, I can't do it.
Super firm.
If I just kind of wave it around like this.
Yeah.
You want?
Whoa!
What just happened?
Now you see the fork has splayed out just a little bit.
It looks like a hand of fingers that have just spread out. The tines of the fork looks like a hand of fingers that have spread out.
Listen, I want to say something, and I might get in trouble for this, but we just seen what a Chinese Vietnamese man can do with his mind.
Right.
We better stop messing around in the world. That's all I'm saying. Dude, it's
still moving. Look,
that. It's still bending.
Look.
He's twisting. I don't know if people can see this. The handle is twisting.
Oh my God. I mean, this is like the Matrix on steroids, right?
This is
Like the Matrix
bizarre.
has nothing on him.
Can you see the twist on there? There's
Yes, sir,
twist.
we can.
Oh my God.
Can you untwist the fork? Try to untwist it. You find it
first of all,
difficult
I can't
to
bend these
untwist,
back.
Right? Use your psychic powers. Try to use your psychic powers.
You're going to make me look like a fool here.
We are never inviting you to dinner, by the way, man.
Look at how serious he looks.
I can't do it.
Wait, look.
Look at that.
You see that?
Look at the last one.
Put it on the camera, Mick.
See that?
Bent up again.
Yeah. See?
That is incredible.
Mickey, you were using your psychic power.
That's just ridiculous, man.
And so we'll try this a little bit more here. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll follow you, buddy. Go ahead.
Okay, can you see?
Yep, we're good to go. Go ahead. Everything you need.
The fork essentially just wilted in his hands.
Yeah, this is, and in fact, have you ever been to Las Vegas, Mickey?
Yes, I have.
You have. Okay. Well, in fact, I think that this is a little gift from me to you as a little reminder that you need to come out and visit.
I promise you, I'm coming out to Vegas.
Look at this. This is transformed itself into a little symbol of a scorpion.
Oh my God.
Dude, that's beautiful. That's actually like
art,
mental art, right? Mental art.
Yes, it's a fork of art.
A fork of art. I mean, dude, this is like, I'm just so blown away by this. I mean, I knew it was going to be fun and entertaining, but Alain, you're like,
it's astonishing though, right?
You're at a level that I never even thought I'd ever see. I mean, this has been one of the coolest 45 minutes of my life to an hour.
Yeah.
Alain,
Are we out of time?
We're almost out of time. But
Here, let me do one more thing.
Yes, sir.
One more thing. Okay. Wow.
Yep.
Can you see this? Okay.
Yeah. Let me come in a little closer. Only just because of the light.
Okay,
So bear with Matt. Are we on him?
Yeah. That's good. Right where you are,
Square
Alain.
these up. I'm going to square these up.
What the hell is going on?
He's got a bunch of forks in his hand, right? Is it a bunch of forks?
It's just two.
It's two.
But he's not even really
Two
touching
simultaneously.
Two simultaneously just bent in a huge arc in his hand together. I mean, if you couldn't bend one of those,
I couldn't. Not like he's doing, because he's only using his fingertips. Like, oh my God. Handcuffs for my
hold
girlfriend.
it down a little bit, Alain.
Oh,
Yeah,
hold on.
there it is.
Here we go. Actually, for my love of Mickey Talks and
Oh
Matt
my
Davis.
God, dude.
That's great, man.
Alain,
awesome.
that is so amazing. You're an absolutely insane talent, Alain. I'm honored to have met you, man. For real. This is you're on another level, man. Congratulations on I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's get his camera back a little bit.
yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable, Alain. You are truly a absolute magician, craftsman, artist. Yeah, that was the most unbelievable thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that I'm a great audience for magicians, and this I am.
You are.
Well, it's
You're the
way-
perfect
You know,
audience.
you see those guys, you probably come across this a lot. You see those guys who come up and they're like the hardcore skeptic. And I feel like saying, just enjoy this,
Right,
man.
just have fun.
It's a beautiful art. It's not a puzzle to figure out. It's something fun to.
I think when I was a kid, I saw The Magician one time, and he was probably a decent magician.
Yeah.
But it was at like a kid's party.
Right.
So he was doing the balls disappearing and all
Sure.
that stuff, the sleight of hand. But I remember I was like everything. I was like, how do you do that? How do you do that? How do you do that? And he looked at me and he said, well, there's two things you need to know. A magician will only show you a trick if you show him one he doesn't know. That's like the first little rule.
Yeah.
And then the other thing he said to me was, but the most important thing with magic is don't ever forget that you're just here to enjoy it.
Of course.
And I was like, that's what I do. It's amazing.
That is beautiful.
You're going to ruin it if you figure out how it's done, a magic trick. It's just going to ruin it.
Would you want to watch them write a song, or would you rather listen to it when it's done?
Right, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And that's how I feel. And when someone's this incredible, put it back on him, Matt, because I want to turn this camera down just for a second. This all happened. All of that right there.
That's crazy looking.
He did with his mind and fingertips.
Alain is banned from all the restaurants in town.
Yeah, I bet you, man, did the casinos hate you or what, buddy? Are you allowed to even gamble in there? It's wild, Alain. It's such an incredibly talented guy. And thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Man, it was truly, our camera's all messed up. I got to fix this, Matt. But,
That's right.
You know, man.
If Alain Nu, if you want to get him at your event, or if we want to get you performing at a theater somewhere, where do they contact you?
Just go to my website at themanwhoknows.tv.
themanwhoknows.tv. Alain Nu, and at world class, my friend. And thank you so much. I don't know what to say, Matt. Like, I'm blown away. I'm going to somehow figure out a way where my audience can come see you perform at a show. We'll find a place for you. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
And it will work. Alain, thank you so much, my friend.
Absolutely.
For those of you that watched today, my mind's blown. I don't know what to say. This is ridiculous.
Are we doing news, or are we out of time?
Dude, we're out of time.
We're out of time?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, no, you want to rip through it?
We can do it. Let's do a couple.
I just remember I got this show at Lunacy tonight.
All right, we'll do a couple minutes here.
Yeah, of course. Brought to us by Barnes Paving. It is That's the Facts, Matt. BarnesPaving.com. That's BARNES Paving.com. Or give them a call, 443-243-3710. No job too big, too small. They're incredible. They're MHIC licensed and insured and accredited very highly with the Better Business Bureau. BarnesPaving.com. Matt, it's time for That's the Facts, Matt. Let's do it.
Well, I'm skimming through the stories here, so we'll do a couple quick ones here. Amazon launched their first internet satellites to compete with Starlink. It happened yesterday. They successfully launched their first batch of 27 operational Project Kuiper satellites into low Earth orbit from Cape Canaveral, Florida yesterday. Yeah. This is going to be high-speed, affordable internet worldwide and in hard to reach areas.
Matt, I have a theory, and a lot of people think I'm crazy, but I think in about 10 to 15 years, a lot of radio signals, towers that were used to broadcast FM signals will be used to broadcast Wi-Fi, and we will have Wi-Fi on the planet everywhere.
Well, I always wonder, how much stuff can you actually put up there
in space?
Yeah,
dude, you know how big it is.
Well, I'm saying above the Earth without stuff colliding.
Think of the ocean. How many ships are on it and they don't collide?
Well, that's true. Airplanes. Everything. You're right.
It's we don't think about the scale of it.
Right. Listen to this statistic. A bullet travels at 680 miles per hour. So a thing like a satellite or the International Space Station travels at 17,500 miles per hour.
Whoa.
Above the Earth. Incredible, right?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Right.
So think about docking with the International Space Station and giving them supplies or boarding
17,000 miles an hour
at 17,000 miles per hour. Yeah. Imagine doing a spacewalk. How does that feel?
That's insane to me.
Yeah. Wait, I'll keep it in the into outer space here. We talked the other day about a story about Mercury. They found a 10-mile diamond under the surface of Mercury.
A 10-mile diamond.
10 miles.
10 miles deep in Mercury. The planet Mercury is a diamond, essentially. It's made of diamond.
What?
Yep.
Yeah. So astronomers have
Jeff Bezos is trying to buy it and give it to his girlfriend.
I wonder if Elon is changing his not going to Mars anymore.
Right.
Going to Mercury,
going
actually.
To Mercury.
Yeah.
Halsey wants a diamond.
Right. So they're saying a diamond planet might exist now. Astronomers have identified 55 Cancri E, a fascinating super-Earth exoplanet located about 41 light years away, which they believe could be largely composed of diamond. And this assumption is based on its carbon-rich composition and the immense pressure it experiences due to its proximity to its host star. The planet's extreme conditions, including scorching surface temperatures and high gravitational forces, make it an intriguing subject of study.
You know what's going to happen? They're going to start figuring out how to grow diamonds.
Well, I think they already do that.
Yeah,
they can grow diamonds already.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's so many artificial diamonds, but they're not artificial. They're actually real diamonds.
They're real. They're just grown.
But they're artificially grown.
So are they cheaper than
they're like
normal
French
diamonds?
bulldogs.
Cheap to look at, but you wouldn't want to own one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If your wife found out you bought her a lab diamond, would she be upset?
I mean, I bought her farm-raised salmon. She didn't care. So what the hell do I care? Lucky she got anything as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Let's see here. So genetic researchers are using DNA from an actual extinct T-Rex to make a leather handbag. A company has announced plans to create the world's first T-Rex leather engineered from the prehistoric beast's DNA.
They're going to grow a T-Rex. They're going to do it.
There's probably a T-Rex somewhere over in Asia or
guaranteed there's
the
a
Middle
T-Rex
East somewhere.
I wonder how that thought came about. Was it somebody who just went, I really want to
this is what happened.
I want to grow a T-Rex, and they're like, it might be a little extreme. Maybe how about just a handbag?
How cool would that be, though, to have? Dude. I mean, I want some T-Rex boots. Don't you?
I would wear T-Rex boots.
Yeah, how cool would that be?
But if it came from a real T-Rex, I don't want them on Earth anymore.
No, I don't want them on Earth either. So the way they're going to do it is the design builds on previous research involving the extraction of collagen fragments from a nearly complete T-Rex fossil found in 1988 in Montana. The specimen was one of the most intact ever discovered at that time, and even contained preserved blood proteins.
That's in the Badlands, right? They
Yeah,
found that in
yeah.
the Badlands, yeah.
The process begins with scientists reconstructing and optimizing ancient protein sequences to create genetically accurate T-Rex leather cells.
That is
pretty wild, right?
My God.
Yeah.
T-Rex leather.
Yeah.
What's next?
I don't know, but
Do you remember?
went for
Do you
that
remember
woolly
when
mammoth
the
scarf.
glow in the dark bunnies started
Yeah,
getting all popular? That
Yeah.
was like a whole thing. I mean, I wonder what happened to that whole idea.
Yeah.
what was it? I don't know. What was it? Glow in the dark bunnies
They actually genetically,
Manufactured bunnies that,
that
glue
glow in the dark.
Yeah.
Whoa.
yeah, they're manufactured with like jellyfish DNA.
Yeah.
Okay.
So their skin illuminates.
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Was that? I mean, did those things? How long did those things?
Yeah,
live?
how long
20s,
did they live?
20s,
Exactly.
And that hurricane
Easter,
lost
that was
power.
it?
Couldn't find a damn bunny.
We sent your bunny to a farm, honey.
Yeah.
Well, there's a UFO whistleblower who's making the bombshell claim that aliens freely visit Earth and were historical figures. His name is Danny Sheehan. He's a lawyer. He's been involved in bringing UFO whistleblowers to the U.S. Congress in recent years.
Well, I mean, Elon Musk would probably be a perfect example of a possible
alien?
Of an alien?
Amongst us.
possibly
Dude,
an
It might be.
extraterrestrial.
It might be.
Yeah. No,
Sh-
you're right.
Sheehan, who has been instrumental in bringing UFO whistleblowers to the Congress, has been providing explosive evidence of alleged government cover-ups regarding real encounters with aliens. He's made a series of shocking claims about potential locations of bases housing hundreds of UFOs, and even suggesting that aliens are stealing human eggs and sperm. He said, quote, "They are 2 billion years more technologically advanced than we are, and they happen to have figured out how to come and go from our planet."
I've said it 1,000 times. Like the Earth is what, 6 billion, 4 billion years old, right?
4 billion, yeah.
So
4.5.
imagine another planet that's just say 4.5 billion. So another 500,000 years head start. 500,000.
Well, he said
Look what
2
we've
billion.
done. Right, but look what we've done in 100 years.
Right.
With the slightest bit of technology
Yeah.
and energy. Look what we accomplished. Right? Now imagine 500 million years or 2 billion where we're going to
It's
be.
incredible. And I wonder how much of this technology has actually come from them finding technology from outside
Elsewhere?
this world. Yeah.
Well, so the thing is that so I'm about to start a show in Las Vegas, and we're going to do
Aliens.
a trial run of it at Mandalay Bay, and we're working on it. Basically, the idea is there is nobody in Las Vegas who has a show about extraterrestrials.
I think it's brilliant.
And
Yeah.
I think it's insulting almost that there isn't one. And so
Right.
it made me want to like just kind of create my own. And I suddenly realized that it was in the process of researching, particularly alien and UFO activity in the Southwest of the United States, made me realize that the most recent one would be the sighting that happened where in this dude's backyard, like this whole family got to see like these two 10-foot tall aliens.
Yeah.
In Vegas, you mean? That
Yeah.
Vegas story?
Yeah, in Vegas.
Yes, in Las
Yeah.
Vegas. So then that made me think to myself of Charles Hall, who is a guy I've been following for quite some time. And he spent a lot of time with tall aliens that he called the tall whites. And so it's a
We always
technical
get
term.
it,
So
man.
you
That's
can
not
look,
you, Mick.
you
That's
can-
not
That's
you.
not me.
You
I'm
can-
5'3".
He's the short
I'm
white.
the short whites. So that's what they call those big aliens.
Yeah,
Tall
yeah.
whites.
He called them tall whites, and he basically was working as an enlisted guy at Nellis Air Force Base just outside of Las Vegas, and it turns out that he was being watched by these alien creatures, who he eventually, came to understand were, living on that Air Force base, like in the mountains and stuff. And he talks about it. He talks about how they come down and they bring in new people, and the new beings basically meet him as the first, Earthling that they get to meet, and then after that, they basically order a bunch of clothes from the Sears catalog, and then once they get their clothes, they try them on and parade around their room, and then they get taken on a field
They
trip.
like Sears. This is what you're telling
Yeah.
me?
It's Sears, J.C. Penney, and Montgomery Ward.
Yeah.
And so-
Beautiful. They're Americans from 1977.
Right.
So then they go on a field trip to Las Vegas, and you can imagine.
Are they humanoid looking?
Yeah, they're humanoid enough looking that
people wouldn't notice. Some of
them are like 5 foot something. The younger ones are like 5 foot something or whatever.
Wow.
And then as they get older, they get taller. But some of them are between 6 and 7 feet.
But they're living here and interacting as human beings. The kids go into school, and do they work? Are they doing jobs, or what supposedly are they doing?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'd like to know more.
What's the guy's name? Charles Hall?
Yeah, Charles.
Let's get him on the show, man.
We got to get Charles Hall on.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man, we do. No doubt.
I'm a huge I've followed that guy ever since I first started here. As soon as he started putting out his videos of himself, and he just speaks very frankly into the camera and tells you about
what's happening.
He's like an astrophysics degree or something like that, and
amazing.
He's not as kooky as
the rest
you
of
can
them.
imagine.
Yeah.
What's funny is that Bob Lazar.
Yeah.
Is super. He seems about as credible as anybody.
I don't. It's hard for me to doubt the guy.
Yeah. Exactly.
He hasn't profited from any of his stories. His story's been consistent since the 1980s.
Yeah. And stuff that he said did come true. The element he talked about.
Right. Element 115.
Element 115. It's a fascinating. Well, Alain, I have to tell you, this was one of my favorite episodes, man.
All right.
Thank you. And I hope you will
vote for me.
Yes. I hope you will come back and visit us again. It has been an absolute pleasure. We will definitely be in touch and so we can see you perform. Once again, themanwhoknows.tv. Check out Alain Nu. He's amazing. You saw it here on the show. Matt, we're heading straight to Lunacy. I don't know if you're going, but I got to go and tell jokes tonight. And tomorrow we are live at Natalie's Seafood Kitchen in Falston. Going to be a great time. Going to be awesome.
Join us at the Tiki Bar.
At the Tiki Bar. You'll see us when you walk in. We'll be the loud ones.
Remember to subscribe to the brand new YouTube channel, please, and find us anywhere podcasts are consumed now.
And we are leaving all of our metal art on our countertop for all future guests to see.
We are. That's going to be our artwork.
We'll talk about that quite often.
Yeah.
Amazing. Alain, thank you. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Matt Davis, as always. Mickey Coachella. Today's guest, Alain Nu. See you guys tomorrow, 5 p.m. as we're live from Natalie's Seafood Kitchen. See you guys. Thanks a lot.